What's up? Good morning. Good morning. Welcome back to some more of this. This is, if you're not privy to what's going on here, this is me cataloging and curating my movie collection. If you're watching this on YouTube, if you want to see any of this live, you can head over to twitch.tv slash themix slash link in the description. Follow me there. Turn on bell notifications to be notified anytime I go live. These are uploaded a week behind on YouTube, and I can turn that down. Also, shout out to Muhammad, who became my first member here on YouTube. So any long videos, you'll be seeing your name at the end on the credit scroll. Thank you so much, Muhammad. Also, while I was away, Almighty Multi. I'm really bad with names. I apologize. Technoary and Popper Tim, thank you so much for following while I was off stream and away. It's been a couple weeks. Been on vacation. Last week was crazy busy for me, so let's jump into this. I'm trying to figure out how I can configure my video to where I don't have this like rolling shutter thing. Okay, well, it's not gain. Okay, it's not sharpness. My guess is it's probably something to do with it being. Oh, wait. Is this it? No. That might be it. Oh, well. I guess I can turn this on a little bit. This does kind of counterbalance whatever is going on there, but until I get a better webcam, right? Let's get this shindig started with Aragon. I have not heard great things about this movie. Hold on. I'm trying to get it situated where I've not heard great things about Aragon. I got this for a screen to console, but also because a buddy of mine absolutely despises this movie. I'm trying to figure out where I want this camera. So that made me kind of even more interested. Why is it sometimes somebody's overwhelmingly negative review of something will make me more interested than a glowing positive review? I would like to know. But yeah, so 2006 Aragon. I've not seen this. I bought this, like I said, for a screen to console because I found the PS2 Aragon for really cheap. So one day, the Criterion Eraserhead. Big fan of David Lynch. I have most of Akira Kurosawa's stuff. I have all of Wes Anderson's stuff that Criterion's put out. Now I need to venture down the Lynchdom. There's a lot of Lynch that I need to. Oh, I should clarify real quick. Muhammad became my first YouTube member on my movie channel. The gaming channel, if you're not interested or not privy to me doing gaming content, I do gaming content on my other channel. There's a link in the description. That if you become a member there, you get access to the community Discord server. So there's that. But yeah, Eraserhead comes with this sweet booklet. It's a great movie. If you're not seeing Eraserhead, it's really weird. I had one of the best experiences watching this for the first time, and that was in a packed, sold-out theater. My local art house theater did a David Lynch like retrospective where you like went through all the Lynch movies every Sunday, and then they played an encore on Monday. I caught all of them except for Elephant Man and Dune, because with Elephant Man, unfortunately, we had a family issue. And then with Dune, am I not spelling Criterion right? I don't. It feels like it's spelled wrong, but it is spelled wrong. There's not supposed to be another T there. And then with Dune, I own Dune, so we just had like a watch party at my house. Anyway, but I saw Eraserhead in a theater full of people, and the best thing that was about it was everybody just got up and left in silence. Um, so yeah, so Eraserhead's cool. I enjoy it. Another movie I really like, Ernest and Celestine. I think this movie is great. There's a sequel coming out this year, or maybe it's already out. I'm not entirely sure. I know it's on my watch list. This movie's great. If you've not seen Ernest and Celestine, I'm gonna say names incorrectly today. Apparently, that's also a point I need to check Eraserhead for short films. Yeah, I think this movie is fantastic. It's really, really good. Definitely recommend. Definitely recommend Ernest and Celestine from 2012. I didn't realize it was that old. Yeah, 2012. Here's the sequel: A Trip to Gibraltar. I say that. Yeah, I think this movie's fantastic though. Super recommend it. It's French, I believe, right? The original language. Yeah, French. Uh, yeah, it's good. It's about this mouse who befriends a bear. It's good. It's good, good, good. We got Escape from New York. What's up? I didn't know there's going to be a sequel. Yeah. If there's like a sequel, I think it's out right now. Why is the chat so squished? Okay. Escape from New York. The Scream Factory had the Slippy case on this bad boy. John Carpenter. I'm a huge fan of John Carpenter. I think he makes amazing stuff. Um, Escape from New York's really decent. Escape from LA. I don't know if I care to get it, honestly. I just like Escape from New York a lot more. Um, yeah, good stuff. Kurt Russell's awesome. 1981. Great stuff. Now I figured when we went through going through this pile, which I need to go back and look. Um, a lot of the cutting movies might come afterwards after I look at after we go through the collection. I might go back through and like re-glance over the curation part. But I also know a lot more of it's going to come when we hit the stuff in the binders. Is there a short film? Six short films by Lynch. So yes. I figured there would be. David Lynch makes a lot of short films. It's cool there's six of them though. The Alphabet, the Grandmother. The Amputee. Version 1. The Amputee version. Why is it spelled the same but smaller back? Okay, there it goes. And then the last one is Premonitions Following an Evil Deed. $15.95. Blu-ray. No one on Eraserhead release. All right. So there's that. Ernest Celestine did. And what about Escape from New York? We got. I'd be surprised if there's a short film on this one. Nope. Okay. I'd be surprised. E.T. and the really cool steelbook. My mom got me this one for Christmas one year, so that was really cool. E.T. is pretty decent. Well, we watched it with the family, mom, grandma, grandpa. It had been years since I'd seen it, and it's solid. Like, this is just kind of a solid, I don't know if lighthearted is the right word, but kind of lighthearted movie. It's real easy going, real digestible, and it's cute. So, hold on, I'm stacking these wrong. There we go. Criterions throw me off of like stacks because the Criterions that have like the cardboard case, you gotta like flip them reverse of the other cases because of how their spines are. I don't know how to explain myself. E.T. Is E.T. the extraterrestrial the whole title, or is it just E.T.? E.T. the extraterrestrial. Okay. $1982 Blu-ray DVD. Yes, to steelbook. I just like the steelbook art on this too. It's really cool. It's a really good looking steelbook, honestly. Everest. I think this movie is a little underrated. I think it's a pretty great and sliding out. Pretty great movie overall. All-star cast: Jason Clarke, Josh Brolin, John Hawkes, Robin Wright, Sam Worthington, Keira Knightley, Emily Watson, and Jake Gyllenhaal all in one. It's a movie about trying to scale Mount Everest and just how ridiculous that prospect is. The guy who directed this, Baltasar Kormacher, I don't know how you say his name. He did something else. Hold on. How do you spell Everest? Like Everest? Okay. Makes sense. Hold on real quick. Everest. There's only one R. 2015. Blu-ray. DVD. Yes. 2. Slipcase. He did something else I liked too. I'm trying to figure out what it is. Oh yeah, Two Guns was decent. Okay, never mind. I did kind of like Two Guns. I have Contraband. I've never watched it though. And Beast was meh. Well, I'm thinking of Beast though, because I was like, I thought it was something recent he did, but The Evil Dead, great classic. I don't have much to say about it. It's a good movie. It's a good movie. I don't like I said, I don't have much. Don't have a whole lot to say about The Evil Dead. Just good. I could give me the year. I think Evil Dead was at 79. Or was it 72? 81. Wow. Oh, hold on. I gotta change these. I forgot how we're doing this. The Evil Dead reminded me. You think by now I'd have like it down packed, but I don't. All right, now we're good. $19.81. Blu-ray, yes, one. Yeah, love the Evil Dead, and also Evil Dead 2. I've not seen Evil Dead 2 in a long time. I've seen Army of Darkness not too super long ago. Hell, it'd probably before we moved in the house, I guess, though. Evil Dead we've watched several times. Evil Dead 2 is good. I just haven't watched in a while. I'm trying to see if there's a short film. Don't think so. A lot of behind the scenes stuff, though. Nope. No special features in that sense, but not special features. No short films. Tons of special features. Is it just a Blu-ray though? Yeah, that's what I thought. 25th anniversary edition. I actually wouldn't mind rewatching like the whole trilogy again. Like I said, I like the Evil Dead quite a bit. Event Horizon. I've never seen this. I've heard good things. It's Paul W.S. Anderson, back when he just went by Paul Anderson, apparently, according to the back. If you don't know him, he's the guy who directed Monster Hunter. He's the guy who's directed... what all has he directed? The Resident Evil movies. Done other stuff. Event Horizon's like his like supposedly good movie, and I've just never watched it. I want to, though. I've heard great things about it. I just haven't done it. Maybe one of these days. I also know that it is it Arrow or Scream Factory has a release of this too. 97. So if I wanted to upgrade, I could. One of these days, maybe we'll get pulled for 31 for 31 this year. My plan is to have the shelves done before I do 31 for 31. That's my plan. So I got to get moving. Everything Everywhere All at Once, one of my favorite movies from last year. I think this movie's fantastic. Whenever I get around to making my best of list, this will definitely make it. This movie is a solid 9 out of 10. I've seen it 3 times since I got it, and it's been very enjoyable every time I've seen it. So really, really like everything Everywhere All at Once. Everything Everywhere All at Once. If you've not seen it, like I said, you're kind of missing out. So I think it's fantastic. Let me make sure. I'm looking for secret short films that nobody talks about. No. Nope. Okay. It won like a shit ton of Oscars this year for good reason. Ex Machina, Alex Garland. I like Alex Garland's movies a lot. He's not made a movie yet that I did not like. I think all of his movies are pretty great. Yeah, Ex Machina is good. I've not seen it in a while. I think it's my least favorite of his movies, which I know I'd probably be in the minority of saying that. I definitely liked Men and Annihilation a lot more. Annihilation made my best of the decade. It was my favorite movie of the year it came out. Ex Machina is like a good like 7.5, close to an 8 out of 10. Could be an 8. Maybe it's an 8 on a rewatch. Maybe it's 7 on a rewatch. I don't know. I'm gonna say 7.5 right now. But I really like Men will make my best of 2022 list. The Expendables. I think this is a really, really solid action movie. Huge cast, obviously. It's like all the action stars in one movie. It's the Avengers of action stars, right? And it's good. It's aged horribly. I think a lot of the CG and stuff in it is really, really bad now. This was actually one of the first movies that I kind of looked at and learned a little bit about CG effects with. I can't remember the YouTube channel. Hold on. I can't remember the YouTube channel, but when I was trying to learn some VFX and stuff, a YouTube channel broke this movie down, and it made me do it too. Because this movie is so heavy in VFX, I would be surprised there's hardly any practical stuff. But the scene where Terry Crews has the AA-12, which I have another funny story about. if you actually go frame by frame, you can see how it's done and how like goofy it looks. And I did that, and it kind of taught me that if you go frame by frame, yeah, it can look goofy, but then when you mush it all together, it can look solid. And that's kind of the illusion of special effects, is it looks good in motion, you know. I definitely think now, being 13 years old, it doesn't look as good. It's been a little while since I've seen it, but I definitely don't think it looks as good. Maybe it's because, like I said, I broke it down piece by piece, but it's not bad. Also, I was literally sitting in a theater when I was watching this, and the A12 scene with Terry Crews was going through, and a guy behind me was like, "That's not really how they sound." It's like, thank you, Captain Call of Duty. The Expendables 2. I don't have the Expendables 3 because I think the Expendables 3 is terrible. I think it's really, really bad. They're making another Expendables movie that I'll probably watch, but I will never own the Expendables 3 because I shouldn't say never. I won't say never. It could happen, but not a fan of the Expendables 3. I would have to get it for like free or like at a yard sale, and even then, like, I don't know if I'd have it, because like that's the whole point of curation, right? Is to trim out the stuff you don't like. Have we not hit a single movie I'd consider selling yet? This is going swimmingly. Extraordinary Tales. This is a movie of a bunch of Edgar Allan Poe stories brought into animation, and it's all pretty much every one has different animation style, and it's all right. It kind of has the same problem I have with a lot of is it just Extraordinary Tales? Is there no the okay? Has the same problem I have with a lot of should probably finish my thoughts, right? Anthology movies, and that is like just pacing issues. But it's not bad. There's a couple of them that are way better than others too. But yeah, it's worth checking out. I think it's definitely worth checking out. It's only 73 minutes. This is actually probably one I'd be more opt to potentially sell, but I know my wife really liked it. Here's one that's gonna make the sell pile. Extreme Prejudice with Nick Nolte. I thought this movie was super boring. I could not get into this movie at all when I watched it. I was just checked out. It's a Walter Hill movie, which I've heard great things about Walter Hill, but I don't know, man. I could not get into this movie. It might have been too because I watched it right after I broke my shoulder, so I was hopped up on painkillers. But this movie did nothing for me. I just found it to be so bland and like just forgettable. That's one of them. I would probably want to rewatch it, I think, before I actually like sold it off to give it another chance. But yeah, not the biggest fan of Extreme Prejudice. I mean, it's cool because it's Vestron Video, right? But not the biggest fan of it. Let me put that one in orange. Well, I'm gonna put Extraordinary Tales in orange too. I think Extraordinary Tales is worth like a watch, especially if you're a fan of Edgar Allan Poe. I don't know if I need to keep that one. Eyes Wide Shut, one of Kubrick's, actually probably my top like one to watch from Kubrick. I've never seen this. I've heard great things about it. This release sucks tits because it has like the worst. I don't. You're probably not gonna see it on this crappy camera, but like it has the worst print quality I've ever seen before. Like it looks like it would be a bootleg. Like all the text on the back is fuzzy. It's not sharp print quality. It looks like poo poo. But it's not. This is Kubrick's like last movie. And like I said, out of all the Kubrick movies I have not seen, which is unfortunately more than I want to admit, this is the top pick for me of the ones that sound the most interesting. As someone who finds conspiracy theories really fun. Why did I say yes? I've not seen this. So hopefully to watch that soon. It's just like it's like one of those movies. It's 2.5 hours. Like it's hard to be like, yeah, let's do this today. Face Off, another movie I've never seen. I've rode the roller coaster at Kings Island several times. I don't even know what it's called now, but it's like the most gnarly roller coaster in my opinion. It's one of the most gnarly. It's a wild coaster. Anyway, Face Off, 97. I just looked at this too. Okay, it's only one. Blu-ray, no. One special collector's edition. I want to see Face Off. I've heard good things about it. I've heard it's really fun. I just haven't watched it yet. I'm gonna look for some short films real quick because I'm stupid and just don't. There's a Channel 4 documentary with this. Extreme Prejudice to be the last one. Okay, none with that. So there's a documentary on Eyes Wide Shut. Oops. It's like chronicling the last of Kubrick's movie, like the last Kubrick. The last movie. There it is. All right, it'll get thrown in there. Because it's a documentary from, it's a TV documentary. That's the thing is like, I need to like start just going through. I'm going to put the in front of this one. I know I've not been doing that for a lot of them, but some of them like this, like how this title is, I'm going to. What year is that from? Okay. The Fake. This is a great movie. This is by the director who did Train to Busan and the unfortunate sequel that exists. This is good. The animation is kind of choppy. It's kind of weird. I would like to upgrade this to Blu-ray, so I'm going to be putting it as to sell pretty much because I want to get the Blu-ray. I think this movie is really good. Very dark, very gritty, kind of disturbing. I gave it a 7 out of 10. That sounds about right. Probably closer to 7.5. It's sad. It's a sad movie. It's not one you would want to watch to pick your day up, you know what I mean? But he also did another movie called The King of Pigs that I want to see. I just haven't seen it yet. It's also kind of done in this animation style. It's kind of like a weird. It's not quite anime. I don't know. Maybe I can get a screenshot pulled up. Nope. Okay. It's not quite anime. It's kind of got like a 3D-ish tone to it in a weird way. Kind of rotoscopy looking. I don't know how to describe it, but it's good. It's good and it's sad. The Fake. Like I said, this one I would go put in orange. There's only like a couple definitive cells, but I gotta like clarify like, oh, I need to upgrade this to Blu-ray first, you know. The Fall. This is a really interesting movie. I enjoyed it quite a bit. This is one that I don't know if this is still expensive. Let me look. I found this at a flea market for $2, and the Blu-ray at the time I bought this was going for the hundreds, and yeah, this is still like in the 30s on eBay. The high 20s to 30s on eBay, pre-owned. Found it for $2. Anyway, this is a very visually interesting movie. It's kind of like a storybook come to life. I don't know. I don't want to explain too much because it kind of gives it away a little bit. But just go into it expecting like a visual spectacle, and that's what you'll get. It's pretty good. I think I gave it a 6 out of 10. I don't know if I reviewed this on the channel or not. I think it says 2006 on the back, but okay. What'd I give you? 6? Yeah. Go 7.8. Excuse me. I mean, yeah, just like a look at like some of the set design and stuff. I'd 100% rewatch this. I gave it a 6, but it's like set well with me. Like it could probably go up to a 7. It's set pretty well with me over time. But then maybe I'll watch it again and be like, yeah, now I remember why it's a 6 out of 10. You know? Fanboys, this is a movie I really, really enjoy. I don't think it's like an amazing movie by any means. Like, it's like a solid, like, and honestly, it's probably like a 6 out of 10. But I just enjoy it, the story of it so much that it's a good 7 out of 10 for me. Could go up to an 8, honestly. It's about 4 friends. One of them has cancer, and they want to go see episode 1 before, he passes. So they sneak into Skywalker Ranch to find the cut of it. And yeah, it's really, really enjoyable. I've seen it several times. It's one that has like an endless rewatchability factor for me. And I'll also shout out to Dan Fogler, or Fogler, however you say his last name. This dude's underrated as fuck. He is really good, and I don't understand why he doesn't get cast more. Like, he is so underrated. There was a movie where he was in like the running to be cast as like a biopic. I can't remember what it was now off the top of my head, but I remember it being like, you didn't cast him as the lead? Like, what? I can't remember what that was now. But this guy's underrated. I love Dan Fogler. I also really like Balls of Fury. Just a funny movie from when I was younger. But anyway, yeah, Fanboys is good, especially if you're a fan of Star Wars. I think it's really enjoyable. I'm going to go set this stack back before it tips over. But I still have some right here on the ground. All right. Just set these bad boys up on the desk. Fando, and I'm trying to see if I can show you the cover of this. Fando and Lis. This is Alejandro Jodorowsky's movie. I found this at a half price books on clearance for $1, and I've yet to watch it. It comes with this cool like insert. I've yet to watch this, but I've heard really, really good things about it, and Alejandro Jodorowsky is a director I really want to like. I really just want to see all of his films, you know what I mean? So, I've seen The Holy Mountain, and I have a couple of his movies, so Fando and Lis. I don't know if I'm saying that right. But I would like to see, he's a director, I would like to see all of his movies. And I know there's a Blu-ray, but I mean, I couldn't pass this up for $1, so I got it. I've seen Santa Sangre too. I always forget about Santa Sangre being his film, which is weird because like if you watch it, you're like, this is totally in conjunction with Holy Mountain. But yeah, good stuff. I've seen from him so far, so I really want to check out more of his stuff. Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. I need to get the slipcase for this because I don't have the slipcase for this one. Didn't realize it came with like a little booklet. That's cool. I'm a big fan of Harry Potter, the Harry Potter universe. I like it a lot. I liked this when I saw it. I've heard people don't like this series as much. But I remember liking this quite a bit and actually being surprised. And I actually seen Fantastic Beasts before I watched all the Harry Potters. For the longest time, I'd only watched Harry Potter 1 and 2, and I always thought it's just not my cup of tea, right? And then I decided, you know what? I'm gonna read Harry Potter. I'm gonna read the book, right? And so I sat down and listened to the audiobook, and I was just all in. I was like, I love everything about this. This is exactly like my favorite thing, and I'm now a huge fan. And so because of that, it's made me want to get into the Fantastic Beasts movies, and I haven't yet. I've only seen the first one. We were gonna have like a movie-thon of like power through all three of them, but we just haven't done that. I got to go back. There's a full feature-length documentary on the Fando release. Anyway, yeah. So one day, because the next movie I haven't seen yet either. (2019) There it is. 2019 Blu-ray DVD. Nope. 2 slipcase. All right. Real quick, let's go back to Fando. There is a feature-length documentary called La Constellation Hodorowski. Okay. It's crazy, like, Hodorowski's still around doing stuff. '94. It's the best year. On Fando and release. All right, back to Fantastic Beasts and where to potentially spot them. The secrets of Dumbledore. I don't know if I actually showed that one, but the Secrets of Dumbledore. This is the one I've heard is like apparently killing the franchise because I guess like nobody liked it. But we'll see. I really want to play Hogwarts Legacy really badly, but I'm on a video game buying freeze. Plus, I want it for either PC or PS5. I don't want it for PS4 or the Switch. I just don't think either of those will run it very well. My PC should be able to run it just fine, though. 2022. I need to do a PC upgrade, though. But I got to get the money to do a PC upgrade. Fantastic Mr. Fox Criterion release. This is the 2-disc release. I actually need, or 3-disc. Ooh, hold on. I realized I was open. I took it with us when we went on vacation because funny story is they told us that they had like a home theater put in our cabin we stayed at, and it was nice. But the projector was shot to shit, so didn't really get to utilize it much. But I did take this because I thought this would be one the whole family would enjoy. My wife really likes Wes Anderson. She's not seen this one from him, and yeah, it's good. It's great. It's a great movie. 3-disc set. It's cool. Don't know. I didn't keep the little back card, so don't know if there's short films on this or not. Potentially. I'll make a little note that there could be short films on this. I think this is from, I don't know, 2009. Okay, that's not what I was thinking. I was thinking like 2012. Criterion release could have shorts. Typically, Wes Anderson has shorts attached to this stuff. That's why I say that. Fargo, one of my favorite Coen Brothers films. I just find this super hilarious, really, really rewatchable, and really good. Big fan of Fargo. Also, really liked the TV show. I've seen season 1 and 2. Really, really liked season 1. I thought season 2 was decent. What year was this again? 96. I thought season 2 was decent. I haven't watched any more of it, but I would like to. I just haven't. Fargo is really good. If you're not seeing Fargo, super recommend it. Faster with Dwayne The Rock Johnson. I actually think this is one of the best Dwayne The Rock Johnson movies. I actually think this one's really, really good. Is there... Okay. I actually think this one's really, really good. It's probably one of his darker movies. He like goes out for like murder revenge on people. Obviously, he's not like that bad of a guy, but I think this one's overlooked and definitely forgotten in The Rock's repertoire of movies. And I actually think this one stands out on its own. Like if you actually like watch this, like I think it's like pretty significantly different than most of what The Rock's done. It's got a good rating. I gave it an 8. I liked it. What can I say? Fast Times at Ridgemont High. This is a movie that I'm not a very big fan of, but my wife really enjoys. It's just not. I guess it's just gonna keep doing that. It's just not really like my thing. But I did upgrade the Blu-ray from the Blu-ray to the Criterion for. Is there short films on this? There's the TV version of the film from the 80s, which featured deleted or alternate scenes cut for TV. That's cool. All right. 82. Fast Times at Ridgemont High. 1982. Blue. Yes. 1. Criterion release. All right, moving on. The Father, one of the most devastating films I've ever seen. Completely changed my perspective on Alzheimer's and dementia. This is a movie that it's just brutal. This is one of my favorite films of the year it came out. I think I'm considering this a 2021 movie. I like the 100% as of. Yeah, this is a completely brutal movie. So like the way this film is shot and edited just makes, I'm gonna write what its copyright is, but I think I had this listed on my like best of movies as a, I think I have it as a 2021 movie because that's when it got the theater release. Anyway, the way this thing's shot and edited puts you in the headspace of somebody with Alzheimer's and dementia, and it is the most horrific thing. It really is. This is really bullshit because like look at the artwork, look at the back of it. You think, oh, this is probably just a lighthearted drama. No, this is a fucking horror movie, like through and through. And yeah, Anthony Hopkins, I think, won the Oscar. If he didn't, he deserved it. But I'm pretty positive he won the Oscar for this. So it honestly, like his performance in this, I think surpasses Hannibal Lecter. I honestly think it's like one of those like performances of a lifetime, personally. And yeah, this is, oh god, it's brutal. Such a brutal movie. Very very good. Father's Day. This is a movie I could sell. A little disappointed with this. This is by the people who made. I can show the back. Who made Manborg, which I thought was a pretty fun movie that we'll get to eventually. And I just thought this one was really a letdown. It's dragged on for way too long. It's kind of just not that enjoyable. Bloody Disgusting says makes Hobo the Shotgun feel mainstream. Better Film School Reject says better than Tarantino's Death Proof. I couldn't disagree with both of those more. Um, yeah, I thought this movie. I might have done a short on this. I probably did. I'd be surprised if I didn't. Gave it a 5 out of 10. Yeah. Yeah, not the biggest fan of this one. This one was pretty disappointing for me. Is it just a Blu-ray? Is it okay? I was wondering if it's combo. You know what? I'll throw this in red. I'll probably sell that one. The Favorite, Yorgos Lanthimos, a director I would like to get more of. I think this is the only film of his I actually own. I think this movie's fantastic, though. I think it's really, really good. Would not mind rewatching this. This is like the most pristine slipcase I have. Damn. Yeah, I think this. Hold on. It doesn't say there's any like special features on that. Father's Day. I was like, that one might have short films. Yeah, really good. I don't have a whole lot to say about this. It's just a great movie. I like Yorgos Lanthimos a lot as a director. 2018. We got a red case, Fear X, directed by Nicholas Winding Refn. I would like for this to get a Blu-ray at some point. Yeah, I'd like to rewatch this. It's been a long time since I've watched this. I think it's from like what 2001 or something like that. 2002. Yeah, one of Nicholas Winding Refn's like super forgotten movies. But would like to rewatch it. Love Refn stuff. Feed Me. This is a movie that completely surprised me. I did a review of it. One of the actors actually like commented on it, so that was cool. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. Maybe it says right here on the back. No. Oh yeah, Neil Ward. There it is. He played him. Um, this is like one of those straight to DVD movies that Walmart had that I just was like, what is this? Like Ted Lasso stumbled into the Hannibal universe and developed a taste for flesh, said Jacob Hugh Knight from Secret Handshake. And that was enough to be like, what's on the back of this? Following the death of his wife, a broken man spirals into the abyss of night terrors and depression and finds himself in the home of a deranged cannibal who convinces him to take his own life in the most horrific way imaginable. And I was like, oh, okay. And then we watched it, and it was one of those ones where it started off, and I was like, this movie is going to be really bad. But then it kind of spirals, and it just keeps going. And by the end of it, I was like, it's like a 7.5, man. Like, it's going to be a contender for on my best of 2022 list. Like, no joke. It's really good. Really, really enjoyed it. Really surprised me, and I've recommended this movie enough. If you're a fan of like dark comedies, gross horror, or whatever, this is a fan. This is it. This is a pick for you. Really enjoyed it. Really surprised me. I'm gonna go get more movies. Be right back. All right. Feed the Light. This is featured on the first time I did 31 for 31. It's solid. I would consider selling it, but it is interesting. It's put out by Severin on their Intervision line. I think this is, like I said, I think this is good, but I would consider selling it. It's got a really cool visual style, but I just don't know if I'd care to rewatch it. You know what I mean? I think it's from 2015. Feed the Light. I don't think that's it. Is it? Okay, it is. That's a weird poster. 2014. I want to consider selling this one. I just don't know if I care to rewatch it, you know what I mean? That's like where I'm at, is like I want to like, they got to be movies I'd be willing to rewatch. Fifth Element, Luc Besson. It's good. I don't know, I kind of like it. It's probably because it's a movie I grew up with. Like I don't know how much I would like it, like if I had never seen it before and watched it today, but it's been a little while since I've seen this. I caught like the first 20 minutes of it. I can't remember where he was at. I know my grandpa was around us because he was like, "What is this?" My wife would remember more than I would. Fight Club. It's a classic. I don't have a whole lot to say about Fight Club. I don't think there's really much to say that's probably not been said anyway. It's decent. Yeah. What year are you from? 97, right? 99? 99? The Fighter. I've never seen this. I've heard great things about it. Mark Wahlberg, Christian Bale. Like I said, I've heard great things. I've just never watched it. I should watch this at some point. It's like one of those ones where I found it in the Blu-ray bin at Walmart when I was like buying into movies, and I was just like, I've heard great things about this, and then just sit on the shelf. Fighting with Channing Tatum. Rewatch this. This is alright. This is an alright movie. It holds more sentimental value than anything because this is the first like date me and my wife ever had was to go see this. So it has a little bit of like sentimental value, but it's okay. It's not bad. It's like it's kind of like got some decent moments, but it's like just this weird Channing Tatum movie that exists. You know, it's like you just think about Channing Tatum's line of movies. It's like this is just an oddball. Filth. I think this movie is super enjoyable. I'd like to read the book at some point. It's got a nice like energy to the film. You know what I mean? I don't know how to explain it. James McAvoy is awesome. I love him as an actor. I think it's from 2014. Yep. Good stuff. I'm pretty sure that was on my like. I mean, I didn't make a list on YouTube or anything, but I'm pretty sure that would have been on my best of 2014 list. Probably toward the bottom of that list, but I still think it's good. Firestarter, Stephen King's Firestarter. I've never seen this. There was a small little time when, man, the inside of this is tore to hell. Look at that, all like warped and shit. I don't know if they're gonna show up. There's this small little window where Walmart got a bunch of Scream Factory stuff with like out of print slipcases. So that's how I picked up Firestarter. And yeah, I haven't watched it. Uh, I can't say like I'm like super interested in it, but I'll watch it eventually. I've heard the new remake is really bad. I was like, I don't think the first one was received like super well, you know? Just out of curiosity. $1984. 6 out of 10, 50 on Metacritic. 4.6 out of 10, 32 on Metacritic. All right, we got First Love by my boy Takashi Miike. It's the first Takashi Miike I got to see in theaters. Drove over an hour away to see it. I mean, I was excited to see it, but also just, I got friends who live in that city, so it was nice to hang out with them and also watch the Takashi Miike film. I think this one's good. This is probably one of the more accessible Takashi Miike films. I think it's really good. Like, I definitely think it's a really good movie. But like when you just think of Takashi Miike, there's a lot of his films that I think would turn people off if they've not been indoctrinated into his style or like Japanese cinema. And obviously he's got some that are really like it'd be hard to tell if he even directed it because he directs like 1,000 movies a year. But I think this one is like quintessential. Like, I think this should go in the same talking pile as Audition, and I don't think it's as good as Audition or Ichi the Killer or The Happiness of the Katakuras. But I think it should be in that pile of. I think it should be in that pile of talking points with Takashi Miike. It's really good. I like First Love. I think it's really good. First Man, Ryan Gosling, Damien Chazelle directing. I've not seen this yet. I want to. I actually took it with us when we was going on vacation because if that theater turned out, I would have liked to have watched it. And that was one of them I thought the whole family would probably enjoy just because of what it's about. I've heard great things about it. I just have not gotten around to watching it yet. That case did not want to open. So maybe some point, sometime soon. Just making sure we didn't miss a short film. Wow, thanks, Wellgo USA. Bonus features: English language available. Not much of a bonus feature. So I don't want to watch a shitty dub anyway. It's the same company that will say that having English subtitles is also a First Man. Is also a bonus feature. And it's like, not really. Future Shock, the story of 2000 AD. It's a documentary about comic books, this comic book company. It's put out by Severin. I've not watched this yet. I actually bought this from a friend who was selling off some things. And yeah, I just have not watched it yet. Comes with a lot of stuff. No short films or anything. But it comes with a lot of stuff. I'll have to watch this at some point. 2014. Future Shock, the story of 2000 AD, 2014, blue. Was this a one disc? Yeah. Nope. One. Severin Films release. First Reformed. I actually just talked about this movie not too long ago. About when my dog doing the dog tier list. My dog for some reason really enjoyed this one. He like watched a lot of this for whatever reason. It's actually a movie I wouldn't mind rewatching. It's basically Taxi Driver, and which is funny because it's directed by Paul Schrader, who also wrote Taxi Driver. Very similar overlaps. But yeah, it's good. It's good. It's a good movie. I actually would not really mind rewatching it. So there's also a thing where we might get to a point too where I start watching movies that I haven't seen out of this collection, and then they would go to the sell pile. You know what I mean? Like there's several movies that I haven't seen yet that maybe I won't like, and they'll get sold off. So, Five Fingers for Marcellus or Marcel or however you say this, Marcellus. I think it's Marcellus. This is a really good movie that I covered my first year for 31 for 31. I gave it an 8 out of 10, and I think this is just really good. Very gritty, very dark. It's really good. Super recommend it. Yeah, I don't have a whole lot to say. You can check that video out if you want to, but I definitely recommend it. Would not mind upgrading it to Blu-ray, but not entirely sure if there is a Blu-ray. What year are you from? 2017. Let's find out. If there is a Blu-ray, I would like to upgrade it. Marseille. I think it's Marseille is how you say it. There's not a US Blu-ray. There's only Region B. Oh, wait. Never mind, I found it. $20 though. I'm going to highlight in orange because I would like to upgrade it. I think it's a good movie. The Fly, the original The Fly. I've never seen the original. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have much to say about it. I've not seen it. Where are you from? 58. In 58. Blu-ray. No one. Slipcase. And then The Fly. David Cronenberg's The Fly. I have seen, but it's been a while. It's been a hot second. 1986. Short films. Nope. All right. Moving on. The Fog. I've not seen The Fog yet. John Carpenter. Just haven't seen it. I think I got this from a buddy of mine. Pretty sure I did. For like a birthday gift or something. Yeah, just haven't seen it yet. 1980. Looking forward to watching it. I will say this, whatever the 1958 The Fly gets picked for 31 for 31, because I probably won't watch it until that happens. I don't know, I just don't have the biggest desire to go watch it. I'll watch the 1986 one with it. I'll make a little note so I remember that. If picked for 31, watch 86 version 2. I don't know if I spelled version right. I don't care. Forbidden Planet. Solid. I would consider selling this though. It says a lot of stuff on it though. So let's just start with Forbidden Planet from 1956. Then we have on the back, we have The Invisible Boy. We're going to assume it's this one. Okay, then we have the Thin Man TV series episode. There's one episode from that. So I'm just going to ignore that. But then there's a TMC original documentary, Watch the Skies. Watch the Skies. Watch the Skies. Science fiction, the 1950s, and us. In 2005. Okay, that's it. Cool. Force Majeure, which, like I said, I don't know. I'd consider Forbidden Planet. I don't ever see myself rewatching Forbidden Planet. I'm gonna add it to the orange pile. Force Majeure. I think this movie's good. However you say his name, Ruben Osterlund. Yeah, I think it's good. I covered it in this year's 31 for 31. I thought it was really enjoyable. I definitely had a little bit of issues with it, but overall, I would definitely watch it again. Forrest Gump, one of my favorite movies of all time. This movie is the definition of endlessly rewatchable for me. It's a 2-disc Blu-ray only set. That's interesting. Yeah, I just think this movie is just awesome. I don't know. I don't know. I'd give it a 10 out of 10. No lie. Like, I really like this movie a lot. I didn't think there'd be any short films, but had to look. Yeah, good stuff. Classic for a reason, right? Fortune favors Lady Nikuko. How do you say this? I did a short film. Short video on this. Short review on this. I think it's decent. This is one I might consider selling. It's cute. Don't get me wrong, like, it's really cute. I'm gonna add it to the maybe pile. I don't know, cause like it's cute. Like I said, I don't see myself wanting to rewatch it anytime soon. You know what I mean? Four Brothers. This to me is just kind of a classic from childhood. I think this is like what, from 2005. Yeah. I don't know. To me, this is just, like I said, this is just like a classic. I kind of grew up with this movie. It's partially one of the reasons why I like gangster movies, even though this isn't really that much of a gangster movie. It's partially one of the reasons why I like that genre a lot. Be right back. I don't know if you saw that epic save or not, but okay. Now we're on to some bullshit. Fox and the Hound DVD, Fox and the Hound Blu-ray set, Fox and the Hound Blu-ray set. Fox and the Hound is my favorite Disney movie. The reason why I own 3 different copies of this thing is because this one can be sold, But these two have different special features on them. This one can be sold. These two I'm going to keep. But part of me wants to keep it because this is... Oh, no, never mind. I thought this was an anniversary edition. This one's the anniversary edition. So... So we got quite a bit of copies of Fox now. This is from the... I can't remember what year this is from. Disney, just put years on the back of your shit. But yeah, The Fox and the Hound is my favorite Disney movie of all time. It still makes me cry like a little baby boy every time I watch it. 81. But yeah, so there's different special features. And they didn't like transfer them over on all of them, which is super annoying. I don't think there's short films on this, though. At least if there is, there's not on that one. Let me look at this one. This one's a 3-disc set. No, okay. This one's the 30th anniversary edition. $1981, Blu-ray, DVD, 30th anniversary edition with slipcase. The Hound 2, which is fucking dog shit terrible. Fox and the Hound 2 is god awful. Complete bastardization of it. Okay, and then we have just Fox and the Hound. I'm just going to set this one off to the side. It's just going to go to the sold pile. I do like the artwork of it, though. See the different art? I guess it's the artwork used on the 25th anniversary, so I have the artwork, I guess. This is just... I'm just going to put this in a sell pile right now. I'm not going to add it to the list. Foxcatcher. Amazing movie. I actually was thinking the other day I would like to rewatch this. 2015. Frank, super good movie. One of my favorite movies of 2014. I think this movie's fantastic. If you've not seen Frank, check it out. I don't have a whole lot to say. Yeah, just really like it. We have Frankenstein in the Movie Monsters pack here. Oh, this one comes with a short film called Boo. That's interesting. So this one? I'm going to assume it's this one. Frankenstein. What year are you from again? 31. All right. Frankenweenie, really, really enjoyable. I like Frankenweenie quite a bit. It does come with the short film of Frankenweenie too. It's all new short film from Frankenweenie, but I think it comes with the original Frankenweenie short too. Yeah, really good. I like Frankenweenie quite a bit. Why can't you just put the years on stuff, Disney? That was 12. I know it looked, but I can't remember now. Yeah, it's just 2 disc. Tim Burton. Tim Burton doing Tim Burton-y things. Original short, Captain Sparky versus the Flying Saucers. Frankenweenie short. And then Captain Sparky. The Flying Saucers. Versus. Excuse me. Free Fire by Ben Wheatley. It's crazy to me he directed the Meg 2. That seems crazy to me that he's directing that, but whatever. I like Ben Wheatley a lot as a director personally. He's made a lot of movies I've really enjoyed. I just looked at this. Was it 2016? Yeah, he's made a lot of movies that I really enjoy. He's made some movies that I've not been like the biggest fan of, but he's typically a director that when I see his name attached to something, I'm like, I'll check this out. And I really enjoy Free Fire. I think it's one of his better movies. If not, maybe his best, but one of them. I really like the sight. Is it the Sightseers or the Overs? It's the Sightseers. That's probably my favorite by him. Is it not the Sightseers? Or is it just Sightseers? Yeah, it's just Sightseers. I think this movie's really good. I really like this one a lot. I also think High Rise is good. I haven't seen A Field in England. I want to though. Down Terrace was okay. Kill List is pretty good. In Earth I really enjoyed. He's got movies out that I haven't seen yet, but I like Ben Wheatley. The French Connection, I've not seen this yet. I want to at some point. This movie got stupid expensive because I don't know who removed it from streaming service, but somebody removed it from a streaming service, and so everybody lost their mind. They did that with Gone with the Wind. When Gone with the Wind was going through a period where people were wanting to like cancel it, and I flipped so many Gone with the Winds. I made so much money doing that. I thought about selling the French Connection because where it's like worth quite a bit, but I've not seen it yet, and I don't know if it's still going like that. Oh, okay, so if y'all to... Nope, it's went back down. It's like $15 for a used copy now. Didn't hold. Didn't hold its bubble. The French Dispatch. Wes Anderson's latest before Asteroid City. I gotta get Asteroid City at some point. I thought this was decent. This is probably one of my least favorite of Wes Anderson's movies. Again, I think it's that anthology. I don't know. I just have a hard time with anthologies. But outside of that, I just found like some moments of the story to be a lot more interesting than other moments of the story, if that makes any sense. So like there's definitely periods in this movie where I was like, I'm not a fan of this. I'm ready for this to move on. I gave it, that's not what I wanted. The French Dispatch 2021. That's what I wanted. I mean, you have all the stereotypical Wes Andersonisms in this movie. Like, it's shot beautifully. It looks great. Performances are good across the board. They're just... I gave it a 7. I'm, like, hard on a 7 there. It could be a 6.5. I definitely like pretty much all of his other films more than this one. But I haven't seen Bottle Rocket yet. I guess that's the only movie of his I haven't seen yet. I guess some of the short films I've not seen. Fried Berry. This is a movie that I really love the first half of, and I think the second half kind of loses me. French Dispatch probably has a short film on it, right? If it does, it doesn't say. If it has a short film, it doesn't say on here that there's any special features. So that'd be kind of crazy to have a Wes Anderson movie without a ton of special features. Yeah, weird. Anyway, Fried Berry. Like I said, it's a really good idea for a story. It's about an alien coming down to Earth and possessing a junkie's body, pretty much. And it has some really good moments. The guy who plays Barry can make some crazy, hilarious facial expressions, but it definitely has its shortcomings. Like I said, I think that back half of the film is not the best. I think I've seen the short film. I just didn't rate it apparently. I'm like 95% sure I did watch this on Fried Berry release. I'm gonna say I've seen it. I'm almost positive I've seen it. I know I've seen it. I'm gonna throw out a 6. Leave it at that. I know I've seen the short film after looking at some of the screenshots. Fright Night Steelbook. This is a badass steelbook. This is a sweet movie. This is a vampire movie that I grew up with and always liked it. And then they released this sweet ass 4K steelbook, and I was like, I need to buy that. It's a 3-disc set, by the way. I was like, I need to buy that. So I went and got it, and we rewatched it, and it holds up completely. I think this is a Halloween classic for me. Really, really enjoy Fright Night. Also, didn't realize that was Marcy Darcy. You know, like from Married with Children. Marcy's in this movie, and it's really weird to see her in a not Married with Children role, I guess. But good stuff. I'm gonna go put this up, and we might be able to finish off the one bookcase today. I'm planning on it. We're moving through stuff quick today. This right here is the last stack. What's up? Hi, I want to offer a promotion for your channel viewers. Oh, fuck off. Hate that shit. Up next is Fury. David Ayer's Fluke movie because he has not been able to follow this up at all. I think this movie is actually one of the best war movies ever made. Like, not gonna lie. No cap. Has an amazing cast. Oh, it's only one disc? Okay. Has an amazing cast. It's one of those movies, like, it's so intense you forget to breathe at times. And it's all one day. And it's a 10 out of 10 for me. It's probably my favorite war movie ever made. I think it's from 2014. I think this movie is phenomenal. Just super well done. Looks great. The cinematography is beautiful. Yeah, I think Fury is just amazing. Yeah, couldn't recommend this movie enough. I didn't mean to click on Logan Lerman there, but yeah, great stuff. Great movie. We have Funny Games, the American remake. We have Funny Games, the original. They're the same fucking movie. There's literally no difference. I'm doing this backwards, by the way. I just realized that. Fuck it. I'm just going to continue. There's no difference in them, really. I think the original is a bit better than the American remake, but I did watch these back to back. And the only thing is, like, I would say is I just think this one has a little bit better performances in a way. I think the child actor in this one is not very good. I think the child actor is better in this one, but I think the leads are both better and the villains are better in this one. But I think the leads and the villains in this one are really good too. It really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. If you want to watch the American version of Funny Games, or if you want to watch the original version of Funny Games, it literally does not matter. You can watch either one of them. They're both good. They are basically the same movie. It's like just like literally no difference. Really, really like them. Big fan of both of them. I think if I were to like pick one though over the other one, I'd probably pick the original, but don't know. I think they're both great. Full Metal Jacket, another perfect war movie in my opinion. Everybody talks about the drill sergeant scene, or at least like everybody seems to remember that scene the most, but like they kind of forget the back half of this film is really good too. Nobody ever talks about like when they actually like go to war scenes. I do want to say one thing real quick on Funny Games because this reminded me. This transfer on the DVD looks like absolute garbage. Let's get this to Blu-ray in the U.S. It looks like garbage. And well, the reason why I said that is I actually think this transfer Full Metal Jacket is not very good either. 1987. I've talked to my buddy. He would know more than me, but I believe he said the 4K looks way better than the Blu-ray does. So if that's the case, I'll have to upgrade it. But I'm not gonna mark it for sale or anything quite yet. Fudgy Wudgy Fudge Face, autographed by Harlan Williams himself. As far as I know, you can only buy this off his website. This is a movie that does exist. And it is wild. The conviction to finish this movie and to make this movie is unlike anything I've ever seen before. Forget Close Encounter of the Third Kind. This is a close encounter of the hillbilly skid mark bacon grease kind. If you're a fan of Harlan Williams comedy, you should watch this. I was working on a video on this, and then things happened, and I put it on pause and haven't returned to it. But at some point, I would like to still make the video on this because this is unlike anything I've ever seen. I need to get a case for this, like a protectant case, because he signed it. I can see the signature starting to wear on it a little bit. But yeah, recommended kinda. I gotta add that on here, right? Fudgy Wudgy Fudge Face. There it is. 2010. I do like Harlan Williams comedy a lot, though. The From Dusk Till Dawn set, From Dusk Till Dawn, From Dusk Till Dawn 2, From Dusk Till Dawn 3, Full Tilt Boogie. I like From Dusk Till Dawn. I've not watched 2 or 3 or Full Tilt Boogie, but I have them, right? From Dusk Till Dawn. What year are you from? Is this all in one disc? Oh, it is. 1996. So Dawn 2, Texas Blood Money, 98 Blu-ray. Nope. From Dusk Till Dawn Collection, From Dusk Till Dawn 3, The Hangman's Daughter, 1999. Full Tilt Boogie. I feel like I've seen Full Tilt Boogie. Let me look. I think I've seen Full Tilt Boogie. That seems like something I would watch. I'd go out of my way to watch. Yeah, okay. I thought I had. Like, that sounds like something I would be like, I need to watch this. And the last bit from this section is Fritz the Cat. This is a mediocre movie at best. I think I'd give it a 6 out of 10. I think that's where I would stick with it. I don't think there's any reason for me to really keep this, honestly, other than its history. This is the first animated X-rated movie. And it's not like that, like obscene, you know what I mean? I could probably sell Fritz the Cat. I don't think I'd ever rewatch it. It's just like one of those things I would just keep because it's like a piece of art history, you know what I mean? But like to actually like be like, I'm gonna rewatch this. I don't think so. I don't know. I'll consider it. Grabbing more stuff. All right, there we go. We did it. First case is done. We're moving on to the next case. Let's go. Gangs of New York. I've not seen it. Martin Scorsese movie. Just haven't got around to it. Want to. Heard great things. Haven't done it yet. What year is this? It's early 2000s, right? Does not say. 2002. Gangs of New York, 2002. Blu-ray. Gate of Hell. This is a really cool Japanese samurai movie that has some absolutely beautiful production design. It's good. It's worth a watch. Not very many special features. 1953. I didn't realize it was that old. Yeah, I didn't realize that was from the 50s. I thought that was more of a 70s movie. Let me pull up real quick. Yeah, 1953. I just want to show you like some of the production design. I mean, I guess these posters are going to make it look from the 50s, but I mean, you actually watch it and you wouldn't think it's from the 50s. I mean, look at this. This movie's gorgeous. Yeah, I'd think 70s. 60s, 70s is what I would think. Anyway, good stuff. I like Gate of Hell. Gemini from a boy Tsukamoto, Shinya Tsukamoto. This is Mondo Macabro's release. I didn't realize it was a thing until later, or else I would have really tried to get the red case, the limited edition red case, but didn't. I think this movie's good. I think this movie's a good one. I enjoy Gemini. I enjoy Tsukamoto. I've seen almost all of his movies. The Gentleman, this made my best of 2020 list. This was like Guy Ritchie's nice return to form. And yeah, I enjoyed it quite a bit. Okay, just making sure there's not. Yeah, I think The Gentleman's really good. Definitely recommend it if you've not seen it. We have Ghost Dog, The Way of the Samurai. Really good. I like Jim Jarmusch a lot. This is also a book you could kill somebody with. Oh shit, what's this? Hold on now. Stuff's falling out of me. Big thick book, but it also comes with this. A little book of the Book of the Samurai Akuri. I'm gonna say that wrong. That's cool. Didn't realize I had that in it. Yeah, I like Jim Jarmusch. I think Ghost Dog is cool. I've not seen the Criterion Blu-ray. I've only seen it on DVD. So at some point I would not mind rewatching this. How's it Ghost Dog? Okay. Yeah, would not mind rewatching this at all. And then let me see if there's any special features on this. No, there's not. Yeah, good movie. If you're not seeing Ghost Dog Way of the Samurai, check it out. Especially if you're a fan of Jim Jarmusch. Ghost in the Shell 4K, the original anime. It's been a while since I've seen this. I would actually like to rewatch this. I remember like being a little disappointed in it. It's gonna sound really weird. I think I gave it a 6 out of 10 originally. Yeah. So I wouldn't mind rewatching this. Give it another shot. I like the art style. I like the whole like cyberpunkish vibe. Just haven't rewatched it yet. I should. 4K Blu-ray. Ghost World. This was a Criterion pickup for my wife during one of the Criterion sales, and it's really good. Comes with a little comic book. This is one that really surprised me. I thought it would be okay. Like, I thought, like, going into it, it's like, oh, it's probably gonna be a 6 out of 10, right? Like, it sounds enjoyable, you know. And then we actually watch. I'm like, no, this movie fucking rocks. Like, this is a good movie. So really like Ghost World. The Girl with All the Gifts. This is a zombie apocalypse kind of movie that I thought was decent. I don't think it was as good as I was hoping it would be. Or at least it's a movie that has not, like, I think I gave it originally a 7.5 out of 10. Not on like YouTube or anything, but like personal. And yeah, still 7. I'd say it's waned a little bit. I definitely don't like. I don't know. I would have to rewatch it. It's one of them that could go in the sell pile. Like, yeah, it's decent, but like, I don't know if I ever care to rewatch it. You know what I mean? The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, the David Fincher version, is great. My wife's not seen this. We need to rewatch it at some point. The only thing that sucks is they didn't continue making these. I think they ended up making a sequel to this after a while, but like, it sucks that like David Fincher didn't do like the full trilogy. And I've heard the original Danish versions are really good. I just haven't watched them yet. Okay, just make sure we didn't miss a short film. The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. But yeah, I've heard good things about the Danish. The Danish version. I want to write box set, but I don't know if it's actually a box set. Hey, it's good stuff. Yeah, I've heard the original though is good too. I need to watch and pick up the original set at some point. Gladiator Steelbook, found this at a pawn shop for $1. So I upgraded it. It's the same release that I had, but just in a Steelbook. Like, it's the Sapphire series release. So it's the same thing. It's just Steelbook version. So I just sold off the other one because I was like, well, I got this now. So, you know. Gladiator is a movie that I would really like to rewatch, especially before the new one comes out. But it's been a while since I watched it. I would say probably high school-ish is the last time I watched Gladiator. It's a great movie. I mean, it's really good. I don't know if my wife's ever seen this. If she's not seen this, we should totally watch it. I think she would like Gladiator quite a bit. Such a classic movie. God Bless America. Bobcat Goldthwait directed. It's really good. It's a really, really good dark comedy that has like a nice little like jab of social commentary, kind of a real bitter social commentary, I should say. Definitely recommend it. The Godfather trilogy, this Coppola restoration set. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4-disc set. This is a trilogy that I would like to revisit. It's been more than a couple years since I watched The Godfather, so would not hurt to go back to it, you know what I mean? 72, 74, 90. I don't know if on the supplements what special features are really on there, but that's not one I'm going to sell anytime soon. I have not seen it. Gladiator, I think you'd like Gladiator. We should watch it. Godzilla from 1954, right? Yeah. Great movie. One of my favorite movies of all time. Huge fan of Godzilla. Don't have a whole lot to say about it other than I think it's great. I think this is a 1-disc set too. Yeah. It's a classic. Love it. Talked about it in the Criterion video I made with Dylan England, so you can check that out if you want. We're going to go through Godzilla for a hot second, so buckle in, buckaroos. Godzilla 2014, I think, is probably the second best Godzilla movie, in my opinion. It took the serious route when it came to Godzilla, and I think it's very, very well done. It sucks that Gareth Edwards didn't direct the rest of the trilogy, because I think if he would have been at the helm of the rest of the trilogy, it would have went a much better route than what it did end up going. So don't know why. I know why he went to go direct Rogue One instead, which, whatever, you know. Cool, I guess. Slipcase, Target, exclusive. But I think this movie's fantastic. I think it's really, really good. Then we have Destroy All Monsters, which I think is, the King of Monsters. Don't I have... Maybe it's downstairs. I thought I had the other Godzilla, the versus Kong. I thought I picked up from a Goodwill for like $1 or $2. I can't remember. It's not back there. I don't know. Anyway, Godzilla King of Monsters. It's Moke. What year are you from? 2016? Yeah, I thought I had Godzilla versus Kong or whatever. Maybe I do. Maybe it's just downstairs. Maybe I already put it in a binder. I don't know. I think this one's Moke 2019. Damn, I didn't realize there's that far of a gap. I think that one's okay, but then I think Godzilla versus King Kong is really disappointing. Then we have Shin Godzilla, which I think is really enjoyable. I think Shin Godzilla is sweet. Like I said, we're going to be here for a minute with Godzillas. Just so you know. Does not have the year. 2016. I'd actually like to rewatch Shin Godzilla. Godzilla versus Destroya and Godzilla versus Megorius. I don't know how you say that, but boom. And the Toho Godzilla collection. You got the years. Godzilla versus Destroyra. I don't know how to say names. There's a good chance I've seen this. So I'm going to mark no, just in case. Toho collection with Godzilla versus okay. Godzilla versus $2000. I didn't realize how like newish that was. I'm gonna say no. Again, good chance I've seen this. Very good chance I've seen this. And then Godzilla 2000. I know I've seen Godzilla 2000. It's some of the versus ones where I don't even know if this came out in 2000, to be honest with you. 1999. It's some of the versus ones where I'm like, I think I might have seen this. You know. The Gold Rush, Charlie Chaplin. One of the few Chaplin movies I've actually watched. I did enjoy it quite a bit. So I need to watch more of Charlie Chaplin stuff. We got The Gone Girl set. This is a movie I actually would not mind rewatching either. I think this movie is really good. One of my favorite Ben Affleck performances anyway. And it comes with the little Amazing Amy book. Like, it's legit. Like, children's book. Yeah, I think this movie is great. Would like to rewatch it. Another one that I'm not sure if my wife has seen or not. If she's not, this would be a cool one to watch. We need to like just go through the collection and be like, what have you not seen? And then just go from there. I think Gone Girl from 2014. It is. 2014 was a good fucking year for movies. I want to say box set again, but I don't know if this is actually like considered a box set. Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Glad this finally got a Blu-ray release. Classic. 97. Grew up with that movie. Holds up, kind of. It's goofy, right? It's a goofy good time. We have Goodbye Don Glees. This will be making my best of 2022 list. I think this movie is really good. it has a chance to be like a masterpiece, but then it just keeps going for some reason. It's really weird. I don't know how to describe it other than that. Like, it's a real. I want to make sure this is 2022. Mm, 2021, 2022. Doesn't matter that much. June 2022. It just keeps going. Like, it had a spot where if it would have ended, it would have been very profound. And then it kept going. And then it had another spot that would have been a good leaping off point too. And then it just kept going. And then the actual ending you got was like, oh, like you could have ended a while back. Like, this is all this like last 5 minutes of this movie could have just been left on the cutting room floor. The Goodfellas anniversary edition. What? How many year anniversary edition? I'm not gonna say, really. Like, I know you're an anniversary edition, but what year of an anniversary edition are you? Goodfellas is what, from 1990? So maybe the 25th anniversary. I don't think it's like the 30th. I'm pretty sure Goodfellas is from 1990. Goodfellas is one of my favorite movies of all time, if not my favorite movie of all time. I've seen this movie. Yep, 1990. So I thought I've seen this movie. I don't know how many times. Goodfellas. It's endlessly rewatchable. I adore this movie to no end, and let's do this. '25th anniversary. I was right. I'm gonna go put this stack up before we make a mess. Probably not gonna be able to finish this shelf. I'm probably just gonna finish this little pile for today and call it done. Good Night, Mommy. It's a good movie. I heard they did an American remake. I've not watched yet, but I like this version of the film quite a bit. It's cool. You know, it's about these two kids. Their mom comes back from a surgery, and she's not acting herself, and they can't see her face because her face is all wrapped up from the surgery. So they're trying to figure out if it's even their mom. It's good. The Goonies, classic. Not really a whole lot to say about it. It's a great movie. Really like it. 1985. Gran Torino. Clint Eastwood at his best, pretty much. Been kind of all downhill from there, hadn't it? Talk about someone who needs to just retire. 2009 or 2008. When's Gran Torino? I think it's 2009. 2008. Okay. Okay, just a Blu-ray. I think Gran Torino is fantastic, though. I think it's a great movie. Grand Budapest Hotel. I've not upgraded this to Blu-ray yet, although it very well easily could be upgraded to Blu-ray because it's I mean, not Blu-ray. Criterion, because it's fantastic. It's a fantastic movie. Um, I don't know if any of these you would consider like short films. I'm gonna say no. I think this is also a 2014 movie, right? Yep. So I said 2014 was insane. What an insane year for movies. Well, probably I might upgrade to the Criterion at some point. Grave of Fireflies. This movie will hurt your soul. It's weird because like this looks like it's been super sun bleached, but I know it's not. I've seen other cases of it. It looks the same. It's just the way the artwork is, I guess. This movie's very, very good. It will make you cry, and if you don't cry from this movie, then you're just I don't even know how to explain that because it is brutal. Is Fireflies one word? Yeah. Yeah, not a film I care to rewatch anytime soon. But I think it's a masterpiece. And last but not least, The Green Knight. This is a movie I'd like to rewatch. I remember liking it. This is my first movie back into theaters since COVID, and we kind of had a shitty theater experience. So I would like to rewatch this in our home theater. That's a nice experience, and see if I like it, see if it holds up better or not. There's a lot of things about this that I really enjoyed. There's things about this that I really didn't think worked, but I definitely want to rewatch it before I make my best of 2021 list for sure. Faux show. All right. Well, we made a hell of a progress today. We're up to 513 movies. One bookcase is down. We're halfway through a shelf on the second bookcase. So I feel good about today's efforts. I'm going to bounce for today. Thanks for hanging out. If you're watching this on YouTube, consider jumping over to Twitch. Follow me there for when I do these live. But yeah, I'm going to catch y'all next time. Bye, everybody.